Welcome to Thought Cops, the only podcast where every week we police the mean streets of the internet because, hey, somebody's got to do it. And then we let you be the judge, the jury, and the executioner in the court of public opinion. Coming to you live from Neo Chicago, I am Officer Kevin.
Gesturing softly, I am Officer Grant.
Grant, did you notice I was practicing pretend gun safety on this episode?
I mean, your finger's still on the trigger, so that's not good.
It is, but I did not click the trigger in. I did not wave the gun around your temple or I guess one time I threw it on accident.
Theoretically, you shouldn't have your finger on the trigger, but I know, like...
It's comfortable, you know?
700 episodes ago, we talked about, like, the whole trigger discipline thing of, like, we'd take the photos with the gun, and then people would be like, and it's like, it's a green squirt gun. You morons.
Why?
How dare you?
Why?
All my fans are morons. That's a callback. This week on Thought Cops,
we have a brand new guest to the program. That's right, everybody. I'm talking about Mimiyori. How are you, Mimiyori?
Okay. What's up? It's Mimiyori. Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on. I'm super excited.
We're so happy to have you. As if we didn't. I'm sorry. We practiced this because something fucked up, and we're gonna leave this in anyway. But
it's
whatever. It's
even funnier when something fucks up and then you fix it behind the scenes, but you edit out the fuck up, and then you just pretend the fuck up didn't happen while being fully aware that the fuck up happened, and everyone's like, "Why is everyone giggling on this show? This doesn't make any sense."
It's hard to pretend when mistakes just didn't happen. You know.
Hey, mistakes.
We're acknowledging we made a mistake, and by that I mean the internet connection got wonky.
I live in bumfuck Montana, so my internet connection is not the best. So hopefully there's no more issues.
Well, a lot of people live there, I feel like.
Yeah, too many people.
Yeah.
They got I hear bumfuck bumfuck is a huge population. Everybody's like, "Oh, I'm from bumfuck."
Yeah.
Well, there's a bumfuck in every state. It's like Springfield, you know. Anywho, Mimiyori, you're a very, very busy person. You do it all. You do illustrations, animations, cartoons, comics. You did, like I mentioned on the last episode, you did the Family Guy spoof artwork for us, which we commissioned you for, which I was very, very happy with. And again, thank you for following all of my many specifications for it. But it had a very positive response, which is very cool to see. You also do a lot of art for our friend Asterios Kokonos and his whole family of podcasts, I guess you could call it.
Yeah.
That's true. I had a lot of fun working on the Family Guy commission.
Glad to hear.
It was interesting replicating the style of Family Guy.
That's true. Yeah, because I remember I asked you, I'm like, do you think you can replicate Seth MacFarlane's art style? And you're like, I haven't done it before, but I'm going to give it a shot. And I'm like, you know what? That's good enough for me.
I don't think it could have turned out any better. I think
agree.
It was great.
I agree.
Thank you so much.
I don't think even Seth could have done it just as good.
I don't think he can.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a pioneer, so I'm sure he'd figure out something.
I'm saying this like a guy who thinks that he animates every single frame of the show. Yeah, isn't he over there in like Korea or something?
I mean, he is responsible for its inception, so in a way,
I mean that's about it, though. You know, I think but I mean, like, and ends there. I don't even know if he's fucking involved in Family Guy anymore.
Well, he does the voices.
Well, that's true. I forgot he does like 70% of the characters in the show.
But speaking of characters on show, we like more or less. I think I became aware of you, Mimiyori, after you did this animated feature for The Loudest Podcast, which this deserves a lot more views than it got, because this is one of the most amazing, like, funniest things I think I've ever seen. And of course, if you're listening at home, you're getting half the experience, because we're just going to play Asterios and Sarancha's voices, which
if you are
you
listening,
know and you love. But if you're watching on YouTube, which you should go to YouTube and subscribe to Thought Cops and watch this video in full format, you're going to see these animations, and they're incredible. So I'm just going to play a little bit of this right now.
But yeah, no, I'm choosing to sit here in the drive-thru. Oh my God, I was enraged. yesterday.
Okay.
Let me tell you about my day yesterday.
I
so I
love
wake up.
yeah,
I wake up
this
and it's
type
a beautiful
of
day, and I could already tell that it's going to be a
podcast
beautiful
clip
day. The sun
animation
is
and
shining, the birds.
the
are
work that you
singing
did
in my
on this, it
window.
looks
I used
like how I would imagine it in my mind.
And the birds came in.
That's awesome.
And we've met them in person. I can confirm they look
Right, they look exactly like this.
Yeah.
And they're singing a beautiful song. It's a good day. I wake up. I feel like it's going to be a good day. I get my coffee. Things are going right for me. Lunchtime
That's I
rolls
think good
around.
enough. But like how long did that take you to do that?
So I actually made that in like 3 weeks.
Nice.
The whole entire thing. So like in 2019, I went to study abroad in Japan. So right before I went to study abroad for a year in Japan, I made fan art for Stereos, and then Stereos was like, "You want to make this animation?" And I said, "Okay." And I got to Japan, and I didn't start school for about a month, so I had a lot of free time.
When in 2019 were you there?
August.
Ah, dang.
So I had to come back early from COVID. So yeah, I had to come back like March. But I mean, I'm lucky I got to go at all. But
true.
But yeah, I had so much free time, and I was super stressed out from being in Japan. So I just kind of put all my stress into working on this nonstop for like 3 weeks, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I'm sure they loved it though. That's really cool.
I mean, yeah, it's like I feel like I've watched it like 4 or 5 times because it's hilarious.
I remember you showing me that. I think that must have been my first time seeing your work when Grant showed me that animation. And I also want to say, on the note of your YouTube channel, you've not just been doing animations on there, you've started doing video essays, which has been pretty cool. I watched the one the other day, Konosuba, is that what it's called?
Yeah, Konosuba.
Yeah, I saw that because I've always seen those characters on like Twitter and stuff, and I never watched it. Didn't really seem like my kind of thing. And then after watching your video, I think I will continue to steer clear from that.
Yeah, it's the most awful show of all time. And I was in the same boat. Like, I'd see people talk about it all the time. It's so funny. And then I watched it. I'm like, no.
Interesting and cool,
Yeah, exactly. I also shit on Madoka Magica, which is also a popular.
Oh, right. Yeah, that was I think one of the first ones you put out. Because so what made you kind of, I don't want to say pivot, but what made you want to add in the the video essays to your repertoire of work that is primarily like illustrations and animations?
The only reason I decided to make a video essay was because I hated Madoka Magica so much.
It's a good reason.
And I would constantly see people talk about how good it is, and no one ever disagreed. I looked on YouTube, and there was no one saying anything bad about it, and so I felt like I had an obligation to
I would say so. And I feel like we're learning on the show recently that a lot of independent creators that come on here and talk about like, hey, we're expecting a happy story. Like, what inspired you? And like almost every time the answer is basically, spite.
I fucking hated something and I needed to talk about it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many things like that where it's, I guess that's sort of just this show is just I gotta talk about what I saw on Twitter this week. I'm so angry.
I mean, if I didn't have the show, I don't know what I'd do, to be quite honest.
Was that a serious video that you worked on? Was that the first time animating something like that, or had you done stuff like that before?
No, before, like, that's still probably my biggest animation project I've ever done. But before that, I did a couple, like animated music crap for, anime that I liked, and
Sure. I also AMVs.
Things. Yeah, AMVs.
Yeah.
But nothing like a cartoon like that was. So that's
I want to imagine, like I said, I'm sure they were very happy to get that. I want to imagine the response when you sent that cartoon in was something like this. Oh my God, that's incredible! You drew me Hensarantia? That's amazing! How did you... That's magic! Oh my God!
That's a great Asterios impression.
Good on you to have leaned away from the microphone.
I pushed my chair back about 4 feet.
Right. Don't want to clip the signal.
Zwick.
Yeah, because I wouldn't even know where to start with something like that. Like what program do you even use to like put that type of shit together? Like I don't know.
So that's one of the reasons I don't animate anymore, is because animation programs are super expensive and like really hard to use. So,
Sure.
like when I made, so I use Procreate, which is the iPad application, right? And there's like a animation feature in the iPad application, and it's shit because it's a fucking iPad app. So
Right.
I would draw, so I'd have all the layers, and I would draw each frame on each layer, and like I could see the ones behind it. And then I would make it into a GIF. Like each scene you see in the video was like a GIF, and I would import that into Vegas. So it was like the most awful, horrific way to ever animate anything ever, and I would never do it ever again. It sucked so bad. But yeah, that's how I did it. So
I was gonna say I'm sure there might be easier ways, but I don't know how much easier they would be, to be quite honest. Like when I went to go visit Ari Grab at the Rick and Morty studio, he was showing me they had I don't forget what you call it, like kind of like a puppet tool or something to kind of move the characters around. But it still looked like a fucking pain in the ass. So, it's a lot of work.
That's the thing. I have like the utmost respect for animators based on the fact that I look at it and I'm like, I could never do that. That's
animators
so tedious.
Here, the troops down here.
Yeah, gamers
so
right in the middle.
Gamers, yeah.
Yeah, because it's just one of those things where it's like, man, I don't have the fucking patience for this. Like, that's anybody that can do that is like, oh, holy fucking shit.
But you also, like I said, I mentioned you do some comics. I want to talk about Serendipity a little bit. That's kind of been like a series you've had running for a while, correct?
yes, I started it about exactly a year ago, I think, like the beginning of January. So yeah, Serendipity. I just wanted to make a comic, and my friend Cheesy Manfredo, who I'm pretty sure you guys know.
Yeah, I know him. Yeah,
I've probably seen the name. Like I've seen every name, and it's just sort of like, yeah, sure.
That name stuck in my head. Yeah, I remember seeing it. Yeah,
he's someone I would say he would constantly tweet about like, just make your webcomic. Even if you think it's not going to be good, just make it and see where it goes. So I saw that. Yeah, and I saw that and I was like, okay, I'll just start making it. And I really wasn't very confident that I could make something good, but I, wrote out like a script and I thumbnailed everything and I made the first chapter and it got a really good reception. So then I kept making it, and it's a lot of fun. Actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, it seems like people have sort of latched onto that, but I also want to say good timing because speaking of positive reception, holy shit, the Among Us girl. Did you?
Yeah, the Among Us girl.
Did you expect that kind of response? So, like, I guess if you just want to give a brief description of the Among Us girl, and I think
what's an Among Us?
Among Us, it's like these little guys with this kind of spacesuits. Yeah. Among Us, but in real life, basically, but also a drawing.
Yeah, Among Us in real life. So yeah, Among Us is a game it was popular in 2020, and then now it's kind of just people make fun of it or whatever. And
I don't know what they're doing. It's like they're just mentioning it. They're not really making fun of it, but they're kind of not really. It's just a thing. Right. It's a thing to say, Yeah,
exactly. I don't know. It wasn't really. I was just sitting down with my friends and I was drawing, and I'm like, I'm going to make a character. I'm going to make a girl that just fucking loves Among Us, and that's her whole personality trait. And so I sat down and started drawing her, and I, designed everything. I gave her Crocs with little Among Us pins in it, and Among Us hair ties, Among Us bag, big goofy glasses. And I'm like, this is Among Us girl. And I posted it on Twitter, and immediately, like, I got like 10 retweets in like 2 minutes, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a good Mimiyori Twitter post. I can feel it. I can feel it. Yeah. And then I don't know if you know him. Rebel Taxi retweeted it. He's like a big cartoon YouTuber or something.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, probably.
I that's like
just one of those names that floats around.
Yeah.
He's in my Rolodex somewhere.
You click.
And he has like a ton of followers, and then a bunch of other people have retweeted it, and then it just like took off. So then I'm like, okay, I have to capitalize this immediately. So I drew another Among Us girl drawing like in the same day, and that one did even better than the first one. And then I've just been drawing it every day since then because
it's just a really like cool. It's a really clever character design because I remember seeing it pop up and I'm like, oh, that's funny. And then like an hour later, like you were like, I mean, we're scrolling through your page right now, and holy shit, it's like there is so much fan art for this character. People love her.
Yeah, let me pull up on the screen the
I want to see like I was going to say we could try to like scroll to find the original one, but I mean that's going to be you're going to be scrolling for a while because you've been like retweeting everybody's renditions of it, and they're all like they're all like very good too. And then you even introduced Fall Guys Girl, like expanding the lore. I mean, that's just great, you know.
Yeah, Among Us, the official Among Us, Inner Sloth, they actually messaged me and they're like, hey, do you want to be in Among Us 2? Do you want to put Among Us Girl in Among Us 2? And I'm like,
oh, for real?
Okay, yeah, seriously, this is for real. This is definitely
awesome.
100%.
I love this one, the two soy woe jacket dudes pointing at Among Us Girl.
I know there was one, I think one of the ones you drew of her like holding the Among Us doll and like doing the soy face. But yeah, this is like this has been really fun to just kind of like sit back and witness, to be honest.
Right.
God, I wish we could find one of the original ones on here somewhere. But I mean, we're
I'm doing a lot of scrolling.
Be scrolling for hours. I think
there's one soon. I think there's one soon. I think you're close.
I'm gonna find it.
Maybe not.
And then was that the Among Us chicken nuggets? You can keep scrolling, Grant. But was that like was that something you drew?
Wait, is this?
Yeah, that's one of them. That's one of. This is Among Us Girl number 3, but it was so. Did you come up with this idea yourself, or was this like something you saw people doing and then you drew it?
No, I came up with this. I mean, I'm sure people have done this before, but I wanted to make because Among Us Girl's kind of like a gamer, right? So I thought she loved chicken nuggets. So I thought that if she ate chicken nuggets, she'd probably cut them in the shape of an Among Us crewmate. And so I just came up with that.
I saw like some people you retweeted like actually did that with their chicken nuggets and were taking photos of it. I mean, this is just like, I mean, this is awesome, you know? Yeah. I mean, this has got to feel like I said, did you probably didn't expect like this amount of what do you want to say? Like,
reception,
fanaticism.
Oh.
No, I didn't expect it all. I had like 5,500 followers a couple days ago, and it's
tripled.
More than doubled. Yeah, it's like almost tripled at this point. So
yeah, it's
crazy.
Awesome.
It's super crazy, and I'm scared because I'm getting so much dopamine from all these notifications right now, and I know eventually it's going to go away, and I'm going to be super depressed.
You're going to be canceled.
I'm going to get canceled. Yeah, you're right.
Among Us
you shouldn't have come on this podcast, really.
I don't know if we're allowed. Am I allowed to bring up my my thing that I hate yet?
We will get to that actually here in a second. Okay. But before we do have a little bit of housekeeping of our own. Like Grant said, we got all of our video episodes on our YouTube channel, plus skits, like 3 of them, and other cool stuff. So check that out, youtube.com/thoughtcops. If you're listening on Spotify, apparently you can rate podcasts on Spotify now. So I have to imagine if you gave us a high rating, that maybe it would show our podcast to more people. I don't exactly know how it works, but I feel like it's certainly...
Who knows how anything works? Just
I mean, it certainly couldn't hurt.
If you listen to something, just scroll and hit something, give us a rating. Maybe.
I know I said last time I want to earn your 5-star review, and I'm going to be honest, I really don't give a fuck. If you don't like the show, just give it a 5-star review anyway.
Yeah.
You know what? Just help us out, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Speaking of helping us out,
we're toiling away. My fingers are like numb. They're bleeding and cracked from typing on this keyboard all the time.
Which you can see at youtube.com/thoughtcops.
Well, if I pull it more into frame, but
yeah, I mean, it's kind of disgusting. We don't want to show that off too much.
It's not really. I mean, it's pretty well kept. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a normal keyboard.
It's my keyboard. I'll say that much.
Oh, God.
I wasn't implying anything.
Well, you just said I'll say that much, so I don't know what there is to be left off.
I don't know either, but I want to move on. I want to talk about we have a coffee or a Kofi, however the fuck.
I don't know how the fuck.
Or the fuck you say. You guys know what it is.
Part of the reason why I didn't want to ever do one is because I'm embarrassed that I don't know how to pronounce it.
Right. Well, it's a
Ko-fi or a coffee.
It's definitely not Ko-fi.
because it's spelled KO-FI,
right?
But they say, "Oh, somebody bought you a coffee," and I'm like, I don't know.
Well, the icon is like a little mug of coffee, so it stands to reason it's probably pronounced like coffee.
I pronounce it kofefi.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
I knew you were.
So it's
you have to get political, Grant.
Kofefi.com/thoughtcops, and you can give us money without having to donate on Patreon,
and
which I guess some people were like, hey, we want to pay you, but not regularly.
And that's fine. That is totally fine. Listen, you're not going to get any of the free goodies if you don't do it on Patreon. But if, you don't want that crap and you're just like, hey, you know what? I like the show. I like these guys.
You want to support independent creators,
but without having
us.
to forget to cancel my subscription after 17 months.
Right.
You can throw us a few bucks over on Ko-fi, whatever the hell it's called.
Right.
And we also have a Discord server. If you want to join that, come be a part of the family. That's been a lot of fun. Scroll down to the episode description. There's a link in every single one of those. And we've also been more active on Twitch recently, which you can follow us or subscribe to us over at twitch.tv/thoughtcops.
Again, at least hopefully once a week, usually Wednesday, Thursday night, sometime around then, one of us will try and jump on there. That's the best I can try to commit to, is hopefully once a week, but I
know you've been playing Earthbound for the very first time.
Yeah.
I know you've been saying you've been enjoying that. So.
I feel stupid when it's a game that's like that I've never played before and that I don't know where anything is or where to go or how to do anything. And then I'm just like struggling, and people are like, "What? You didn't get the crowbar yet? What the fuck's wrong with you? You're in the second town. You don't have the crowbar." And I'm like, I don't know what the crowbar is.
You see, folks, Grant needs our help. You have to go to twitch.tv/thoughtcops and watch him play video games, and then tell him and not just help him out, help us out. Like I remember when I played the NES Zelda game.
Right.
I played it before, but it had been a long time, and it was like. I probably would not have beaten it without having to, I could have looked it up, but it was a lot more fun to have people in the chat be like, no, you got to burn that bush, go in there first, go down there, collect that, then go to the third dungeon. And it was like a thing that people would tune in for like every night for a few weeks. And it was just like a really good time. And I've been also tinkering with a lot of cool stuff on our Twitch. I got like some new stuff I'm kind of going to show off very soon. So check that out. Grant. We're holding your breath.
Speaking of a real good time, 2 Minutes of Hate, everyone's favorite, famous, fucked up segment of the show where we complain about things that we don't like.
That is true. All that annoying random crap that we see on our phones and our computers and our smart fridges, I guess you could say at this time. So my 2 minutes of hate this week is SNL writing is based on fucking like Twitter memes now.
This is good.
We got this pulled up here. We'll share the screen. Yeah. It's this is an Elmo it's an SNL weekend update. Did you see this one, Mimiyori?
Yeah, I saw this one. Unfortunately,
I'm sorry to say, but we're gonna have to watch it again.
Jesus,
it's so good and funny and awesome. So this is called Elmo versus Rocco.
Zwick, please do anything you have to / want to in order to keep this up, because we are playing NBC footage, but do what you can. Fuck with the audio, whatever. Fuck these people. So
it's a weekend update.
So this is weekend update, and so there, like, what on Twitter? It's been
already pissed.
On Twitter, it's been trending that Elmo and Iraq are beefing, which is funny because it's Sesame Street and everyone knows Elmo, and so it's been this thing that's been happening on the internet, and
I mean, I didn't even like it
in its own way if you don't really pay attention to it, but if you do pay attention to it, you have sort of marbles for brains. But this is also sort of like a couple steps removed from that, which is that they're mainstreaming something that's already dumb. So, Kevin, you have a problem with this?
I do. I think it's awful. I think it's terrible.
Well, I have a question. What do you think about Elon Musk doctored SNL sketch?
That was on a level of cringe that I thought previously unimaginable.
That's looking like cap.
That was horrifying.
I think this is worse. This is worse, I think, in my opinion. This is fucking terrible.
It's up there. I'll say that much. And it's just like they do have like talented people on the show. Like Sarah Squirm, James Austin Johnson, basically like only the people they hired in the last like 6 months. I mean, but that being said, it's just like they're just writing a show based off of like some like an internet meme that like you would have to be very online to see. Yes.
And so it's like you're referencing something that most people aren't going to be aware of in the first place. And like the payoff is what? This woman wearing a dumb Elmo costume screaming at a rock? And that's the payoff that you want?
I feel like SNL's audience like skews a bit older.
Right.
So it's also like, you know, my parents are watching this, for example. They're not going to know what the fuck this is.
Also,
right. What the hell is this?
Couldn't they get real Elmo? Why they...
Real Elmo would have been way better.
Yeah. Well, can't they afford that?
I mean, like, I'm sure they could have asked PBS to do them a solid. Like, hey, give us that fucking puppet for a night, I think, you know?
Sesame Street, I think, is now part owned by HBO.
Yeah. Which
is Time Warner, which is their direct competitor.
Oh.
So I don't know.
Yeah, because
I'm not a businessman.
I'm staring at the woman's face. I'm not even registering that it's Elmo.
I feel so bad for her.
I can't zoom in
she
anymore.
Looks like
well, yeah, no, for real. Yeah,
zoom in.
That's a good point, though. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you're right. I don't even like know it's Elmo. Like you like
right.
You have to like point out to me and like remind me that it's Elmo. So like I do get a punishment though. So like I said, they're clearly just getting all their jokes from like the Twitter feed, like the most lazy, unfunny kind of crap they could find off Twitter. My proposition is an alternate universe that we make reality where instead of Twitter, the writers are getting all their material from Parler. You know?
Yeah.
Is that still a thing, Parler?
I think that shut down, did it?
Did it?
Well, in this alternate universe, it didn't shut down.
I think it shut down like 2 or 3 times.
Like I want to see Elmo
Republican
doing like the Let's
memes.
Go Brandon thing. You know?
Yeah, honestly, yeah, they should do the skit where Donald Trump is wearing a Warhammer 40K suit and he's the God Emperor or whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah, he's always got to look like how Ben Garrison draws him.
Yeah.
Ben Garrison, that guy is horny.
Make a skit about blue hair and pronouns. That would be a good one.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be funny. They bring in like who would be like a good? I'm trying to think of a funny guest. Like they got Owen Wilson. He's like, yeah, I got blue hair and pronouns. Wow. Okay, I got opinions on the internet, I guess. And they're like, kind of cringe. And that's the whole thing. Everybody laughs, and we're all having a great time. But speaking of having a great time, Mimiyori, that thing that you hated that you wanted to mention, now would be the perfect time to bring it up.
Okay, my thing that I hate. That's bugging me recently is people not liking me.
Oh boy,
that is the worst thing ever. It's fucked up.
That happens even with Among Us, girl. People still find ways to dislike you.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Today I found out there's a 4chan thread about me.
Oh Jesus!
There's a 4chan thread about me and how fucking awful Among Us girl is, and I read it, and it's the funniest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. Because some people, like normal people on the 4chan thread, are defending it, and then
there's no normal people on 4chan. I'm sorry.
Well, you know, and they're accusing them of being me, so they think I'm like secret undercover 4chan or like promoting my own thing. It's awesome. They're schizos. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, what's not to like? Were they just like? Was it just the fact that it was like, oh, it's an internet like meme, basically? The fact that it's just like. Yeah, that's so stupid. Like, why live your life hating everything? Why live your life hating Among Us, girl? How could you?
Exactly.
How could you, damn it?
Exactly. And it's just the worst crime ever to hate me because I'm so likable.
What part of 4chan was this? Was because I know that there's I don't go on there. Like I know, like obviously,
I don't understand how it works. I like click it and then I click something else and I scroll and I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
Well, I know there's
here,
like
refuse.
TV. I'm assuming it's maybe like comics or cartoons or whatever that one is.
It was the comics cartoons thread.
Okay.
Someone said like they followed me on Twitter and then I followed them back and then they said an opinion and then I unfollowed them and they called me a bitch.
Oh man.
No, but seriously, I think their punishment should be for not liking me, the worst crime. Maybe like watching their family get tortured or something like that.
Yeah, that's appropriate.
I think that would be good.
Fair.
Like psychological, what they're doing to me.
Okay, so not like, cutting off fingertips and stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe cutting off like their mom's fingertips,
And they have to watch.
Yeah, and they have to watch.
Okay, so it's traumatic, but they're not. It's like no animals were harmed in the filming of this movie, kind of thing. Like
just people,
just the relatives were harmed. No, the target of the harasser is scot free aside from what's going on up here. But yeah, I was gonna say too. Like I even saw that like the people on that board were like complaining about Smiling Friends for being like too. A self-aware or something like that, and it's just like, what are these people like?
Man, and I get, no, because I feel like anytime you're a creator of anything, you're gonna get some detractors, right? You're gonna get some people that are like the naysayers, the ne'er-do-wells, et cetera, and it's fine. It's always weird to me though when it's completely like undue and it just has nothing to do with anything, just like fuck that guy. It's like, just don't look at me. If you don't like what my face looks like, just don't look at it. Like, that's a weird thing if you're like, hey, I think that like the ideas that you're promoting could be harmful to some people and you should probably stop, and here's why. It's like, fine, fair enough. Go ahead and hate me. I'm wrong. Sorry about that. That's all well and good when it's just like, fuck you in particular. It's just like, dude, just go touch some grass, go eat some grass, go graze, fella.
I do agree to some extent, but I also do love being a hater, so I don't think I'll ever stop hating shit. But Among Us girl, come on, that's too far. That's too far.
Yeah.
It's goofed.
Fall Guys girl, though, I don't know. She's well. I guess they're both
probably has it coming.
They're rivals, but I'm sure that they can learn to be friends. She's just bitter that Fall Guys low key fell off, kinda.
Low key fell off.
Grant, what's your 2 minutes of hate?
Yeah, my 2 minutes of hate this week. This is gonna be contentious.
Okay. This
is gonna be controversial.
Oh boy.
This is gonna get us canceled.
All right.
How do I phrase this? The pro-vaxxer mindset. Here we go.
Okay, I'm waiting.
So, dude, fucking go get vaxxed. Like, everybody go get vaxxed. Wear your fucking mask. It's a piece of cloth that goes over your face.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't breathe, I fucking run and lift weights and deadlift 500 pounds off the ground wearing a fucking mask. It doesn't affect me. If it doesn't affect me, it doesn't affect you. Wear the mask, get the vax, etc., etc. But like, there's part of me that sees these people living their lives, and it's like watching Bambi's mom frolic in the field just before getting shot, and you're like, man,
oh, come on, man, spoilers.
To be a deer in that field, not knowing what's about to happen, that's got to feel good, man. That's got to feel real good to just be like, yeah, fuck it, this vaccine, that's bad, and the virus doesn't exist, and like, there's part of me that we're coming up on 2 years of this shit, right?
Woo!
And there's part of me that feels like no time at all has passed. And of course, then you think back to like individual moments and you're like, whatever. But I feel like the entire past 2 years of my life regarding this has been like this weird mental block waiting for it to be over. And that once it's over, then I can like resume the normal activities of like you go to places with people and you interact with people. And it's like, I don't know, I feel like the past 2 years has been such like a fucking like slog to fucking get through. And like, I don't think that I always am completely aware of how bad it is, but then it's just like something happens or something doesn't happen, or like you just notice like, oh, haven't talked to this person in a while, haven't talked to this person in a while, haven't done this in a while. Oh, I'm waiting for things to get better. I'm waiting for things to get better. And then they do a vaccine mandate and a new mask mandate. Everything shuts back down. And it's just like, man, this feels like it's the beginning again, but it's 2 years later, and I wish I could just pretend that nothing was happening, because that'd be the best feeling in the world, is just to be like, fuck it, I'll die, I guess. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I tell you, with the way they're rebooting this whole thing, you think that those big wigs in Hollywood were in charge of the virus.
Hey, I'm not saying that they're not.
We don't know. We don't know.
Like, yeah, I feel like my mindset very much so, and this has been just like a subconscious thing, has been like, okay, once this is over, then I can like resume normal functionality of my brain. And I feel like my brain has not gone fucking back to normal since the fucking shit started. Like, there's still part of me that's like holding out for something within society to change. And I feel like the more it doesn't change, the more just like all the gears grind in my head. And the more that the gears grind, I feel like I'm turning more and more into Peter Griffin.
I was going to say, you know what really grinds my gears?
Yeah.
Well, how about that? Mimiyori made it happen. She literally turned you into Peter Griffin. And
she turned both of us into Peter Griffin, which is the funniest gag.
Here in bumfuck, no one wears masks. So when I go out and I'm wearing like 2 masks and I just see all these happy, bumfuck citizens, doing their shopping, whatever, have their kids screaming, crying. And I'm just like, I wish I was them. I wish I could just walk around and not be scared that virus particles are going to fly into my mouth and my eyes. And I can't. So I agree.
And like, there's like the part of me that's like, okay, well, I'm at this point, I've gotten like both vaccinations, the booster. I haven't gotten COVID yet, whatever. I know that eventually I'm going to get it. We're all going to get it, whatever. But it's like, I feel like it's more so like the mental strain of just like anytime it's been like an anniversary of something of like, oh boy, we've been with this for a year. Oh, we've been with it for 2 years. It's just like, man, at some point, like you got to think it's hard to fucking conceptualize.
It's gonna tire out sometime, right? Got to get tired at some point.
I'm tired is the problem.
I mean, the gas prices are.
Oh man,
I ride a bike, so I don't know anything about gas prices. People make comments about gas prices, and I'm just like, yeah, cars, man.
You think you're better than us, don't you?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I am. Yeah.
Okay. Just clarifying.
Yeah, I have a negative carbon footprint.
So what is your punishment, Mr. Footprint?
I'm going to get unvaccinated.
Okay. Now, how does that work exactly?
They put a magnet on your arm. And that's it. The vaccine.
Do you see like anything come out of your arm? Or
yeah, like have you seen those, like, what do you call it? Like the semi-ferrous fluids or whatever, FERR.
So like venom?
Yeah, like venom. Venom comes out.
It comes out and he's like your friend.
And he talks and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like,
yeah, he eats people.
Yeah,
which is sort of a moral quandary if there ever was one. But it's the moral ambiguity that makes him such a beloved character in the first place. So,
speaking of moral ambiguity and beloved characters, if you haven't listened to Thought Cops before, every week we investigate the internet's outrage-inducing news stories, and then we sentence each perpetrator to a cruel and often quite unusual punishment. Now, where would you like to start tonight, Grant?
Let's start.
That one looks fine. Your cursor's over it. Let's just
NFTs.
Click on it. We love talking about this kind of stuff.
Welcome to the NFT show, everybody.
Yep.
We'll talk about something that I don't think any of us fully understand and don't particularly want to understand, yet we keep talking about it. Crypto bros spent $3 million thinking that they bought the copyright to Dune.
No, I don't think that's how NFTs work. But again, I'm no fucking expert.
I mean, I think that's exactly how it works. You
can just buy you can buy an intellectual property like that.
Yeah, you can buy a star, right? And it's yours, right? And you have a little certificate that says it's yours.
Stars, yeah.
It's the same thing.
That kind of was the original NFT if you think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like when you buy quote unquote an animal in the zoo, that's mine. And then we're doing the same fucking thing now. We're just buying pictures of animals in the zoo, monkeys and lions with swirly hats and cigarettes.
the adopt a highway, it's your highway to clean the trash.
That's another one. Yeah, that's another one.
We've always had NFTs. We've just not had the blockchain technology to be able to prove ownership. But now you can. An anonymous NFT group called Spice DAO, Decentralized Anonymous Organization, made waves this week when they triumphantly tweeted about their recent acquisition of a rare art book, Jodorowsky's Dune, the guidebook to an ambitious but ill-fated film adaptation of Frank Herbert's Dune. Apparently, they thought that they had bought the copyright to it and they were going to, I guess, sell it as a fucking thing. Here, let me pull up the tweet here. If this link works. The link isn't working. That's good. Fuck. Okay, wait, no, I got it. I found it. We won the auction for basically $3 million. Now our mission is to make the book public to the extent permitted by law, produce an original animated limited series inspired by the book and sell it to a streaming service, support derivative projects from the community. And everyone's like, hey, yo, that doesn't work. That's not, you just bought the thing.
You just bought the picture of the thing? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Mimiyori, would you ever sell Among Us Girl NFTs?
No, I'm not going to say never. I'm generally against NFTs. I think they're stupid. That's it. Yeah. I really don't even know why. I just think they're stupid, and that's it.
The right opinion to have.
I mean, like the easiest way I can break it down, I guess, is it's like, at least so far from what we've seen, and this is again some spiel I've gone on before, so I'll keep it short. That when you're buying, because people compare it to art trading, like, oh, people buy paintings. It's like, yeah, because they are connecting with the piece on a human emotional level. I like how this looks. It connects with me. It feels personal. I can display it. I can do. It's a picture of something I like. It's just a style I like. I don't think that anybody is fooling themselves into thinking they like lazy lions or bored apes. It's just they're just doing it because I think it's like
partially a status symbol of sorts. It's like, again, when we watched the Feels Good Man and the guy was like saying like, oh, I have the rarest Pepe and like here's me driving a Lambo. God. And it's like,
and how are those the same thing as like NFTs basically? Because like when I first heard about NFTs, that's what I thought of, because I was like, I don't know. I'm sure that they're not exactly the same, but like that had to have been like the cradle
it could have
of
been.
An idea.
I have not thought about that since right now.
If you go to, I'm super excited for Eminem's new NFT song, because if you go to his Twitter, he changed his profile picture to I think it's the monkey.
Oh,
what was this called?
Yeah.
I saw
Do I go to twitter.com and search Eminem? I don't care. Just imagine
just
a
imagine
stupid
it. It's really
fucking
good.
monkey
a blonde
with Eminem's hat, whatever the fuck. But Kevin, what you said bored the shit out of me.
I was going to say, clearly.
Speaking of bored apes, that's me, folks. I read this interesting article in The Atlantic, which is never the start of a good sentence. But here we are. NFTs weren't supposed to end like this by Anil Dash. When we invented non-fungible tokens, we were trying to protect artists, but tech world opportunism has struck again. And it's by one of the guys that, I guess, helped create the technology. And I guess his whole thing was supposed to be so that the original artist can sort of prove ownership, and you can buy things directly from people, and et cetera, et cetera.
Sure.
And I guess just the entire article sort of breaks down everything that they hate about NFTs and the way that they're being used now. And it's just weird to see how out of control an already bad idea became. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I understand the sentiment, but everything having to do with this every week when we talk about it is just more and more mind-numbingly stupid, to the point where I can't even remember how to talk anymore.
Yeah, I can feel my brain just turning into yogurt.
Yeah. The cheap one, YoPlay.
Mm-hmm. If I was for sure promised millions of dollars, I would sell out. So
I mean, it could happen, I feel like it's a possibility.
I mean, I would definitely, and then I would just stop. You know what I mean? Some of the people that are oh, here, I'm going to do this, I'd just be I made $10 million. I'm done. I don't need to do it anymore. What? I'm fine. Maybe this is all I need.
Maybe I'm built different, because guess what? Maybe you guys would sell out. I would not. You could offer me $90 billion for a Thought Cops NFT, and I would say no.
I'd take $90 billion.
I would say absolutely not.
I wouldn't do anything more after that. I would have acquired everything I need, and I would probably just give most of it away. I don't need $90 billion. Are you fucking kidding me? Nobody needs that money.
Would you give me some of that money?
What's the lowest you'll go?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Me?
Yeah. To sell out. What's the lowest amount you'd go NFTs for?
I think $10 million. That's a good.
Really? I'd do less, dude. $1 million. $1 million.
Maybe,
and I will
maybe
sell
a million.
out for sure.
Yeah, that's fine. I feel
$300.
So if here's the difference, I think. If I got 10 million, I would stop. If I got 1 million, I would probably do 1 million, but I would keep going. It's a fine line trying to figure out when I would pull out of the game.
That makes you comfortable, but not really your kids and their grandchildren,
my cats?
Your cats.
Of course. You feed them the finest caviar. Do cats eat caviar?
I have no idea. I'll Google it later. So what? We're punishing the people that spent $3 million on.
I mean, they kind of punish themselves, but
that's never enough.
Yeah, I say I got one. They should remake. If they want to pretend like they have the license to Dune, they should do a remake of Dune, but an animated remake, and all the characters are the Red Ape family.
Yeah,
but they would like it.
Yeah, it'll be awesome.
Yeah, they would love that.
Yeah.
I think what they should do instead, in the movie, Good Time? In the movie Good Time, there's the guy that has the Sprite bottle of LSD. I think the people that bought this should have to drink the whole Sprite bottle of LSD and then watch the Holy Mountain. I think that's good punishment. You just don't come back from it.
Okay. See, we're kind of going back to the theme of permanent psychosis as punishments for this episode.
Yeah.
Okay. Can't argue with that.
What is reality, You want
to do one more?
Yeah. This is a good one.
Man, I just want to come out and say I don't trust anybody who has a strong opinion on Ethan Klein one way or the other.
Yeah.
At this point, I like the guy. I don't fucking hate him. I years ago, I used to watch his videos. They were funny.
Yeah.
I'm not one of these guys who's out there on Twitter who's picking at his everything. He'd be like, "Oh, well, I bet you wouldn't box Sam Hyde," and or just like the people who were defending him at all costs. It's just nasty to me.
Yeah, it's really weird.
This is an unflattering picture of Mr. Ethan Klein.
I think every picture of him is unflattering. I think that it's partially by choice.
Maybe.
He does that double chin thing.
Yeah, he does that double chin thing a lot.
Double chin funny.
It's hilarious every time he does it. Like, yeah, I'm with Kevin. Like, I watched a lot of their earlier videos. I thought they were funny. They started doing a podcast, and I was like, I don't care for this. Like,
I already
anymore.
do one of those. I'm not going to watch you do it.
You're a millionaire. You watch my podcast.
Yeah.
So,
why don't you read the headline here?
Because I'm mentally preparing myself.
Take your time.
I mean, like you said, like, yeah, there's this whole swath of Twitter that's like, he betrayed us. And it's like, man, he's just a guy, man.
Man, he doesn't know who you are.
The people that are like, Team Ethan Klein versus Team Keemstar. And I'm like, please, guys, stop. I hate everything and everyone.
I swear to God, sometimes
I don't.
Kind of feels like Team Edward versus Team Jacob all over again.
That was better. That was better than this.
I do have to
say you're right.
Keemstar is funnier in my opinion.
Keemstar is funnier, but he's also like
he's a terrible
45-year-old man-child, and I can't stand any of this stuff. And like, I guess that this is also sort of playing into YouTuber drama because we are YouTubers, because we're on YouTube.
We have a channel.
If you guys want to have us on one of your shows to duke it out,
that'd be kind of funny.
Jordan Peterson schools Ethan Klein on cancel culture after YouTuber deletes video. That's the article headline, and it's Jordan Peterson looking alpha male AF, or no, he's a Sigma. He's looking Sigma male AF wearing his...
And then we have the beta cuck next to him making a silly face.
I guess a while ago, Ethan Klein had Dr. Jordan B. Peterson on his podcast a couple years ago, like 4 years ago or something like that. This is all like before the Trump stuff, when everyone's sort of like toying with a lot of these ideas, and they're like, oh, actually, maybe this guy might have some good ideas or whatever.
Just asking questions.
They're just asking questions. I think the H3 podcast was basically just like Joe Rogan light, but like less funny and less talented and less interesting. And like they got Jordan Peterson on the show, and they just did the whole thing of like, no, I don't know why people hate you, and like you seem to be a controversial guy, but you seem to be normal. And they did a big vape together. They had a large vape in their studio, and Jordan Peterson did a big rip of a big vape. It was hilarious.
Okay.
And so Ethan Klein goes, actually, I don't like Jordan Peterson anymore. I'm going to take this video down. He says in this tweet, years ago, I interviewed Jordan Peterson before I was very familiar with his politics. He was an interesting guest who I enjoyed sitting with, but especially now I can see he's a dangerous gateway to the alt-right, transphobia, and COVID misinfo. I removed both interviews today, and people are saying that he did a cancel.
No, I don't... Like, one thing that interests me here is the fact that he's... Oh, we got a little guest here, it looks like.
I don't know if she's showing up on screen, but
no, she is. Yeah. Oh, no, don't connect the... She's gonna disconnect. She's trying to pull out the mic, the mixer. She's like, I don't want you guys to do this to yourselves. But like, when like he says it's a gateway to the alt-right, I'm going to be honest. Like, I haven't really heard anybody mention alt-right like in earnesty in years. Like,
I'm glad
I know,
for that, to be honest.
I'm not saying that kind of whole thing went away,
right?
But it's definitely like changed and metamorphosized and whatever. But like the alt-right, as we may have used the term like 4 years ago, is just not the same. It's not. I don't like, you know, like the people that we talked about, like on our listen back to episode 1, like the people that you associate with the alt-right are either in jail or nobody thinks about them at all, even on the right wing. Like, like Baked Alaska, I don't know if he's in jail or if people just don't even give a fuck. Yeah, the Proud Boys. I mean, I guess they're still kind of a thing, but not like they used to be. They low-key fell off for real.
Dude, I'm so glad that I haven't heard the name Baked Alaska or like Milo Yiannopoulos or like any of these dudes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so glad that I haven't heard these names in so long. Like, now we have different names to fucking learn. But
it's like I get what he's saying here when he says that. It's just weird to hear that terminology still being thrown around. Now, what is this? Jordan Peterson responded?
Yeah, so he tweets back and he says, and I quote, I'm reading from his Twitter. He says, "What are you up to, Ethan? We had a good conversation. I enjoyed
Yeah, keep doing it.
I can't.
You have to commit.
I can't because I can't stop laughing. I want to get through this. I don't want to spend all day doing this. I enjoyed meeting you and talking with you. What have I said precisely that motivated your actions and accusations? Deleting our discussion. An honest question. Finally, at H3H3 Productions, you might seriously consider providing me with the footage so I can post it, given that I agreed to appear on your show based on the agreement that there would be, in fact, a show. Smiley face."
So that feels kind of passive aggressive, ending with a smiley face.
Yeah, he's also a boomer, so like boomers just like do stuff like that because they don't really understand like how
you have to convey tone in text with the smiley face. That's the kind of stuff. If you go to his lectures, you can kind of learn about like how to properly use emoticons and stuff. Or like that.
when old people do like ellipses, and you're like, "Is this passive aggressive?" And they're like, "No, I was just doing a pause." And it's like, that's not. You gave me a heart attack.
I hate when people tweet like they're a Yu-Gi-Oh villain. Why does he have to come off like that?
Yeah, and I feel like far too many people tweet like they're Yu-Gi-Oh villains these days. Like,
just be normal.
This MF think he Pegasus. That was the guy's name, right? This guy thinks he's Seto Kaiba.
Seto Kaiba.
Well, speaking of the topic at hand, Andy No tweeted, and this gained some traction, and people were talking about this, that Ethan Klein has said some less than favorable things.
Let's leave it at that. Some slurs and some other things, and he himself has a murky past. And it's weird being in this position where you just really don't support any of these people, where you're just like, yeah, I guess fuck him too. Fuck everybody involved. Fuck Andy No. It's weird that we are in a position that we got to talk about this kind of stuff. Yeah. I mean, we put ourselves here in these shoes. So we're having fun, guys, right? We're having fun. Let's wrap it up, though. Punishment. So Mimiyori, what would Among Us girl do with the Among Us to punish both of these people who are less than savory characters in this video game we call the internet?
Shit,
they're imposters. Let's just say that they're imposters.
Real life Among Us. They're both imposters, and they're venting, and they're being really sus. They're being pretty sussy right now, I would say, honestly. That is true. To be honest. So I think they should get ejected, just like in Among Us. Fucking kick them out of the spaceship. Bye-bye. Goodbye. That's it. You were the imposter. They were the imposter.
Let's talk about something positive.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Something nice, something swell, something sweet. That's right. Thought Cop's Key to the City. We'd like to give a key out to the fair city of Neo Chicago, to something cool we saw this past week, something nice, something good. My key to the city goes to this video that I found. It's one of the very few things that Zwick posted in our Discord server that was relatively safe for work.
Yeah, that's... That's good.
If you know, you know. But this is a video. This guy. So it starts off with a clip from a different TikTok, but the guy who's commenting on it gets my key to the city.
So not the original video, the stitch of the video gets the key to the city.
Come, boy, come.
It's just, I'm glad that I'm not alone and that we all thought a grown man was going to walk out with a leash in his mouth in a gimp suit. The problem is that we're not talking about why did we think that, you know? That shouldn't be a thing. Like, the dog was the shock value, right? And had it been a man, we would have been, like, we wouldn't have laughed, and we wouldn't have been shocked. We just would have seen it and been, and then we just would have kept scrolling. We would, as if it's, you know what it is? It's the kink talk and the bisexual girlfriends. I'm not saying they need to be gone. We love having them, but we need to see the side effects that it's happening. That's something's broken, and I don't think I'm ever going to fix it. You're all animals.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, I think that guy would be a great guest for the show too. So I'd like to put that out into the ether.
At that guy,
I'll have to go back and check out.
Come on, Thought Cops.
We'll make it happen. Mimiyori, key to the city. You got something nice you want to share with the class?
Yeah, my key to the city is also a TikTok, but it's one I saw on Twitter, and this is probably the greatest TikTok of all time. It made me so happy. If you could pull it up, please.
So we'll see. We'll put it to the test. We'll see if it's better than the last one we just watched.
Are we based?
Well, let's find out.
If not based on what? No, are we ranking keys to cities now? Is that what we're doing?
Well, no, just because she made the claim that this was the best TikTok of all time.
Okay. Well, okay. That's fair enough.
It remains to be seen, you know?
Hey, smile. I literally just said smile, you fucking idiot. Smile. Perfect. Good job.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
Perfect.
I like the accent. I love that stretched out image of Jake Gyllenhaal.
I literally just said smell, you fucking idiot. It's awesome.
He's just like me.
He's a wide boy. That's what they call him in the biz.
Boy like B-O-I.
Sure.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Who cares? What's your key to the city?
My key to the city this week, and I'm going to pull this up on the screen too. It's like this nice-looking older man. He looks pretty friendly.
Very nice looking.
He said, "Okay, you're really selling it." He says, It's John Hinckley 20. I don't know who that is, but he
John
says,
Hinckley, I assume.
Yeah. He says, like the 20th of his name. There were 19 other guys that signed up for the account.
Long legacy.
I guess 21, because there would be John Hinckley and then John Hinckley 1, and then through 20. So
yeah,
it'd be plus the 1, but I digress. He says, I'm starting a band. I'm looking for a bass player, drummer, and lead guitarist. If you would like to be in my band and are serious about this, send bio to P.O. Box 240 Williamsburg, Virginia 23187. Dude, my brain starts frying towards the end of these episodes. But,
it happens.
And here he is. He's got a guitar with his name on it. And he just looks like a swell fellow that's trying to get a band together.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if any of you are in, maybe I got some questions I'd like to ask him. Okay. If you're a bass player, drummer, or lead guitarist, and you want to be in this band with John Hinckley, go ahead and reach out to him.
What, is there like a lot of replies to this or something? Like,
I don't know. It's just a nice story.
I thought there was going to be like and the happy ending was that he recruited 100 members for his band because he got 1 million submissions in his P.O. box. That reminds me of those guys. What are those Canadian teenagers? Remember? They were like, we're looking for people to join our crew.
Oh yeah. This is the same sort of light story, like just a light, warm-hearted, happy story about just a man who's just putting it all out there, just trying to make some friends, get some band members. I It seems nice to me.
We'll have to keep an eye on that guy.
Yeah. I'm not doing the joke. I'm not giving away the joke. There's no punchline. It's just a nice thing.
I know. I just thought there was going to be like more.
No, there's no more
to it.
He didn't do anything wrong.
I mean, it sounds like he didn't do anything, to be honest.
Thought Cop's word of the week is cheese lighting.
Cheese lighting, yes. Now, this comes to us from Nico. Everybody knows Nico. She left this in our Discord server.
We love Nico so much.
Yeah, no, you also, I believe, you did the art for her show too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dark
Side Jills, yeah. So, this is cheese lighting, which she mentioned that somebody was doing to her, and I asked her what that meant, if she could please provide a definition. And she says, when a fat person tries to gaslight someone so that they don't partake in fat ass behavior. She gave an example here. Tess Munster cheese lights when she says she is, quote, healthy at any size. Synonym, grease lighting. She says, she says the person she says cheese lighting is because the person she's talking about.
It's her personal vendetta against a person in her life that I guess keeps eating her food.
Yeah, but I guess she's known for making nasty Velveeta cheese and then not cleaning it up. Well, we're probably giving away too much, but I'll just say...
Like gaslighting.
Yeah.
Because it's like, cheese. Someone ate my food, but then they said that they didn't do it.
Yeah. Cheese lighting.
It's great.
Didn't exist in Urban Dictionary. I looked it up, so I had to go straight to the source.
Did you put it up there?
No,
but I guess for it?
Feel free if you're listening. Before we do get to our final segment of the show, which is our listener voicemails, I want to give a quick thank you to our new patron this week, Dengar_SMT. Thank you, Dengar SMT. If you want to support the show and get access to a backlog of bonus content as well as our live episode chats, you can head on over to patreon.com/thoughtcops. Just a couple bucks a month, $2, $3, $4, $5 a month, whatever you feel
6,
like, whatever.
7, just keep adding numbers.
I'm not going to put a cap on it, but
there's no cap.
Whatever you can whatever you feel like, whatever you want to do.
$10 million.
We'll take it, and like we said, we're giving back. We're going to be recording a new Fire Bros episode very soon, and I'm actually very excited about this one because we have a lot of exciting topics, but I'll talk more about that next episode once we've actually done it. And I also want to say, before we get to our listener voicemails, Mimiyori, if you could plug everything you want to plug, social media, Among Us.
Where can we find you?
Yeah.
So on Twitter, I'm _Mimiyori, MIMIYORI, pretty easy to spell. If you just search in Google Mimiyori, I'm the first thing that pops up on everything because it's not good. Really a common word. So yeah, YouTube Mimiyori, Instagram Mimiyori. _Mimiyori, and then I also have Tumblr, so that's also Mimiyori. Just all across the board, you can find me. Read Serendipity on Webtoon. You couldn't have made it
simpler.
Yeah, exactly. Got a good brand.
Yeah. And then the YouTube channel, of course.
Exactly. I made 3 video essays, and I also have. I have these video essays, but the reason I actually wanted to get a popular YouTube channel in the first place is because I made the Slimer EP, and the Slimer EP only has 200 views, and I'd like to boost that a bit because I put a lot of effort.
Is it like Slimer from Ghostbusters?
Yeah, Slimer from Ghostbusters, just songs parodying Slimer from Ghostbusters. I made like a 6-track album. It's really good.
Slimer's
Check it out.
Cool. So we do have some listener voicemails we want to play here. If you want to give us a call of your own, our phone number is 312-788-7361. Or you can always send us an audio file to thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. And without further ado, let's hit it.
Hey, Thought Cops, it's your boy, Brandon Kirkman. I saw that you have it on Mimiyori. Love their art. A great artist, truly among us. I've been in the Kirby lab again. I've been working on some Kirby equations I need you to answer. Okay.
Oh, boy.
So you and Kirby got stuck in a bathroom, and you're there overnight. It doesn't matter how it happened, but the janitorial staff is not going to be there till the morning. and you've drinking 5 Mountain Dews. There's no way you're not going to piss. You have to piss. The only issue is there's only one toilet in there, and Kirby swallowed it. He did the whole Poyo thing, and now he's a toilet. And this is the question I have to ask you. Are you going to piss in the Kirby toilet? Like, no judgment. It's not a kink thing for Kirby. You could piss yourself, or you could use the Kirby toilet. He can't talk. You're not going to tell anyone. Only you two would know.
I don't like the information there.
There's no issues, but would you piss in Kirby? That's the question. I need you to answer this. I need you to take this seriously. I need you to answer this.
Use just like the hole that's in the floor. And there's the Kirby toilet.
He's using him right now. Sick fuck.
Yeah.
No, I want to say that very easy answer. No, I would not. I would just go pee in the corner. And I'd say, hey, Kirby, would you mind like turning around? I don't want you to see this.
Yeah.
And he does because, we're friends.
Right.
I do my business, and then I don't have to pee in Kirby.
Yeah, like public restrooms. I'm assuming this is like public restroom because he said janitor, right?
I was imagining I don't know why. I was imagining like it was like the room from the first Saw movie.
I mean, because he said janitor, so I'm assuming it's like something that like
me and Kirby are like locked up. Like, the fuck? How did we get here?
Right. Because like all like restrooms do have like a drain in the middle of the floor, so like just whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Mimiyori, do you care to comment on this? Or
I wouldn't piss in Kirby because no, it's fucked up.
Yeah, you sick fuck.
You sick fuck.
You bastard.
Disgusting.
Mimiyori drew you in that picture with us, and this is how you act on the episode, talking about Kirby and all sorts of disgusting depravity. Let's hear the next one.
Mimiyori confirmed best anime YouTuber because all the other ones are either fat, disgusting pedophiles, have shit taste, or they shill cut Crunchyroll all the time and try to shame you for pirating, or all of the above. And Madoka sucks, so thank you for fighting the good fight.
Oh my god!
I just want to say really quick. Thank you for leaving a voicemail that we could hear.
So true. Thank you.
We haven't heard from you in a little while.
Only 245 episodes in.
I thought we may have scared her away after the last time, but
there was a dip because I feel like at first we heard all of them, and then we heard none of them. I don't remember.
And now
I
think we're entering a new era. But
because she used to be driving and leaving in the car, and she would just be screaming into her phone while she's like barreling down the highway.
Phone in the back seat, probably. But you know what? I do got to say though. So she mentioned that you're confirmed best anime YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to say, Mimiyori, I feel like she might change her mind given how you said how easy it would be for you to sell out. So like, she says you're not shilling for Crunchyroll, but it sounds like if they offered you the right amount of money, I think you might be singing a different tune.
Yeah. No, but I'll always hate Madoka Magica, so at least I still have that going.
That is true. Never give that up.
I'll never give that up.
Never give up your position. Just have an ad break and say, oh, you know what else is good? NordVPN or whatever.
True.
You just gotta like
Audible.
You just got to get it in and then just be like, okay, and back to the anime that I don't like. It's that easy. It doesn't make you a worse content creator, You know
who I think the best anime YouTuber is?
Who?
Hunter x Hunter is the greatest anime I've ever seen in my life.
I was going to say, what is she not like Super Eye Patch Wolf now? Talking shit on him? I don't know.
Super Eye Patch Wolf is hands down, by far, the greatest YouTuber I've ever seen in my life.
He actually...
When I started out as a young boy... Well, yeah.
He went on record, too, and said that he started his channel out of spite as well because he saw somebody do a video that said Hunter x Hunter sucked.
Oh, my God.
Hunter x
How dare
Hunter does not suck.
And then he always says like all the exposition and stuff. But anyway, I digress. So
when I was growing up, whatever.
Yeah, take the compliment from somebody who does it. I know this for a fact. Consume a lot of that kind of stuff.
Too much.
And she says you're the best.
Her brain.
Yeah, she says you're the best.
Oh,
you got to be the best.
I feel great.
It's true. You should.
Top of the world.
Was that the last voicemail, Grant?
That was the last voicemail.
All right. Well,
I mean, people sent in hundreds, thousands, but we just played just those two because those were really cream of the crop. So
the rest were not quite cutting the cheese.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But again, if you want to give it a shot of your own, give it a chance. Give us a call, 312-788-7361. And like I said, you can also leave us a audio file if you email us at thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. That being said, Mimiyori, I want to say thank you again for the drawing, and thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, appreciate having you.
We broke a lot of ground. We found out how much it would take for all of us to sell out. And again, I went on record and said I would never sell out, but you guys, different story. Okay. Thank you to everybody listening. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, if the right offer comes across the table, my answer could change. But that being said, thank you to all who listened, all who watched. We'll see you next time.
See you, Space Cop.